Hello, I'm Thalia, your educational avatar. Welcome to this knowledge clip. Today, I'm going to talk about how school leaders can make ethical choices in complex situations. We will look at 4 important perspectives, also called ethical paradigms. These 4 are justice, critique, care, and the profession. But before we discuss these 4 ethical paradigms, I want to briefly explain what we mean by the word paradigm in this context. You can think of a paradigm as a way of looking at or thinking about things. It is a way to understand a situation and see what is happening. It also helps you come up with possible solutions. In our case, this means, for example, that if you look through the justice paradigm, you focus mainly on rules, laws, and fairness. And if you look through the care paradigm, the focus is on relationships, responsibility, and the consequences of your choices for others. In other words, a paradigm is like a lens through which you view reality. By using multiple paradigms, you can better understand a situation and make more balanced, thoughtful decisions. I will now explain each of the 4 paradigms one by one so you can clearly see how they work and why they are valuable. The first paradigm is justice. It focuses on rights, laws, and fairness. It comes from the liberal democratic tradition. Delgado describes it as characterized by belief in the legal system and hope for progress. The liberal part emphasizes individual freedom, while the democratic part stresses that decisions should be fair to everyone. Key thinkers applying this paradigm in education include Kohlberg, Beauchamp, and Childress, and Sergio Vani. The second paradigm is critique. Thinkers like Appel, Freire, and Foucault have developed this perspective. They argue that focusing too much on rules and rational decision-making in the justice paradigm can sometimes conflict with true democratic values. The critique paradigm encourages us to ask questions about power, privilege, culture, language, and justice. For example, who makes the rules? Who benefits from them? Who holds the power? Whose voice is not heard? The goal is to help school leaders think critically about inequality, for example, regarding social class, race, or gender. The third paradigm is care. This perspective was developed by feminist thinkers such as Gilligan and Noddings. They criticize the focus on rules and justice and argue that relationships, trust, and responsibility are just as important. Care focuses on the consequences of your choices. Who will benefit from my decision? Who might be harmed? What are the long-term effects? And if someone helps me now, what responsibility do I have later? The fourth and final paradigm is the profession. This paradigm is all about the best interests of the student. It states, for example, a school administrator promotes the success of all students by acting with integrity, fairness, and in an ethical manner. Let's quickly summarize what we've discussed. Justice. Focus on rules and rights. Critique. Look at power and inequality. Care. Consider relationships and the impact on others. The profession. Put the student's interests first. Together, these 4 paradigms form a powerful framework for ethical decision-making in education. This knowledge clip is based on the article Using Multiple Ethical Paradigms and Turbulence Theory in Response to Administrative Dilemmas from Gross and Shapiro. This was my explanation of approaching ethics through multiple paradigms. I hope my explanation has inspired you and that it supports you in making ethical choices in your own professional environment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next knowledge clip.